So I'm Robert and my wife, Ray Marie. So we had a flood and someone left the sink on a little too long. You know, Ron and his team, they came in. You know, from the beginning, we just felt confident working with them because we had a few other estimates before they came in and they just didn't seem like the right fit. So we decided to go with Ron.
I just want to clarify that the reason why the kitchen flooded because someone was complaining about me not cooking. And so I tried my best that day and we lost our kitchen. But we had a couple people come over. They wanted to do a lot of things that we weren't interested in. And I think last minute, Robert found Ron. And so for me, automatically, because he is a service member and we were as well, it just seemed like the right thing to do. And from the moment he came on, you know, he just made us feel comfortable with the whole process. And I think he's done this enough to know because he had a couple ideas about the kitchen and it's not the garage, right? So I appreciate Ron for spending a lot of time with me on this beautiful kitchen that he made for us. So we're totally happy.
So the positives were he was very transparent. He kept us within our budget. When we came up with ideas, he came up with like, hey, consider this. So he always gave us options, which was great. And then he was very flexible. Like I said, he would always present ideas saying, hey, consider this, or this might save you some money, and you can use it in, you know, to upgrade this or to do this. So communication was great. The attitudes, his team was phenomenal. I came down here all the time just to talk to those guys, and I'm pretty sure I slowed them down, but I was always giving them energy drinks just to kind of show my appreciation for the great work that they were doing. So it was just an overall great vibe, and that was not the energy that we were getting from the other companies that came in to give estimates.
I think for me, it's actually being able to sit down you know, in my living room and look at the kitchen and be like, okay, it makes sense now because it's functional. You know what I mean? It's pretty. Our kitchen before was pretty, but it wasn't functional. I think that's the most important thing for me right now. That the way the cabinets are laid out and the add-ins that are in the cabinets make sense. So it makes it easier to want to be in here and do things versus just DoorDash. But you know, it's just nice. This is like the hub of the house, you know. And it just looks nice. And like I told you, I take a lot of pictures. So now I'm just like, I can snap from every angle and just be happy. Or it's like, just sit over there, take a picture there. I think when homeowners go through things like this, it's not our first time going through something similar, but communication is probably the most important thing. You know, you just want to feel comfortable with who you're letting in your home and, you know, because it's a lot of money, so you want to make sure that they get it right. But like Robert mentioned, his team, and I have to say this, they spoke so highly of him. It was amazing, you know, he has his company set up like a family unit, you know, like it almost, because we just recently retired, it almost brought me back to the small unit groups in the service, you know, like a family. Anytime we ask something, let me get with Ron's been doing this for longer, they spoke about him in ways that I wish, you know, if I ever owned a business, that the employees would refer, you know, to me as. I think he came here a couple of times. He was always very professional and kind. That's important because we're the homeowners, so we're being picky, and I will use the word difficult at times, and he always maintained, you know, it's cool, and that's really important because then we felt comfortable with the entire thing, you know, and our kids were here, his team was here, and not one time it's like, hey, we gotta go run an errand, we can't leave him here. It was never like that. So the whole thing was the whole experience was really good. So I'm willing to go flood my shower now, so maybe we can start there again.
Again, I mean, it started with just the title of the company. That's kind of what lured me into click on, you know, and check. And I read his reviews; they were all great. So and you know, that's what we do now. We check reviews first. So and then from the first meeting, it's just like, wow, this guy is somebody I can trust. And his team, they're all military, so they all And I think the military just does something to us, as far as, just being respectful and confident. And they were just a great team. And like I said, their communication was great. They always did what they say they were going to do. They were there on time. They were never waiting on. Well, we were never waiting on them. They were always waiting on us. So, it was just, I would totally do business with them again, and totally, I've already referred them to friends. So they totally exceeded my expectations. And when I say our last contractor, he was pretty good. I would never call him again, but he did a great job. But my wife's been complaining about the kitchen since they left, so, and we had just spent a lot of money on this kitchen. And then, but I totally think she flooded it intentionally. But you know what, I'm happy now. And like, I couldn't be happier with the results. They totally exceeded our expectations. So it's just, aside from having a great kitchen, I don't think I'll have to hear about a whole lot. So, no, I'm happy.